Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the grand finale of the Blue Ocean Entrepreneurship Competition 2023. Today is a big day for us. We are going to do a number of things, but let me just take you through why we are doing it and who we are and so on. So as all of you know, we are Blue Ocean Student Entrepreneurs Corporation, which is a nonprofit 501c3 organization registered in the state of Maryland. And we have this big mission that we have been trying to achieve and are trying to achieve. Of course, the big one is exposing high school students around the world to exciting new world of business, engaging them to create innovative solutions to problems in life and business, engaging them to conceive, research, develop, and present new ideas, and then empowering them to use the powerful tools of Blue Ocean strategy as they formulate these businesses. And then, of course, we want to prepare them for the real world of entrepreneurship and competition. This competition that started 9 years ago, this was the 9th year this time. And we will talk a little bit about what we have achieved and how big it has grown. It truly is amazing to see how big it has come. So let me take you through what our agenda is for today. Of course, we have the special guest appearance here. We have a very special guest here, Professor Renee Mobon, and I'm going to introduce you to her in just a little bit. We are then going to announce all the awards that we have for schools and teachers. Then we have some special awards, and these include the Top International Pitch Award and the Most Popular Pitch Award. And then we are going to go into the final countdown and count down the pitches from 10 to 1. In the end, we want to thank our judges, sponsors, and our board. And also, I would like you to meet our student executive committee. And these are the wonderful students who have really helped us put through this competition and run this competition this year. Okay, so what are all those awards that we would be announcing today? We have the first place award, which is $1,000. Second place, $750. Third place, which is $500. And then we have two special awards, the People's Choice Award, $750. And we also have a Top International Pitch Award, which is $500. In this competition, we will be giving certificates of outstanding achievement to top 10 pitches. And if you participated in this competition, you will be getting certificates of participation. So every student who participated and put in the effort to develop these pitches will be getting a certificate of participation. We have some special awards for schools and teachers. $1,000 will be given to a school that had the most pitches that made it to the top 30. We have 5 awards for the top 5 schools that brought in the most submissions. And we have a 75-inch one-screen touchscreen provided by our sponsor to the school that best championed the competition this year. We will also be awarding certificates of outstanding achievement to selected Blue Ocean teacher champions. And then we will be awarding some certificates of recognition to schools for supporting entrepreneurship and innovation for high school students as well. So let's get started, and let me introduce you to our special guest. We have Professor Renee Mobon here, who is, of course, the founder and co-author of Blue Ocean Strategy, and that's the basic concept on which this whole competition is based. On the slide, you see Professor Renee Mobon and her co-author, Professor Chan Kim, who are the authors of Blue Ocean Strategy, Blue Ocean Shift, and now also the upcoming book, Beyond Disruption. If any of you don't know, something that I'm really proud of is that, HBR, Harvard Business Review, on their 100th anniversary just last month, announced these 4 most influential management gurus for the past century. And so there were 4 of them, Michael Porter, Clayton Christensen, Professor Chan Kim, and Professor Renee Mobon. So it's really a proud moment for all of us. So she's technically the only woman on those most influential management gurus of the world. So thank you, Professor Mavon, for being here and talking to our students. You have always inspired us, and so glad to have you here.
Well, thank you. So, can you hear me?
I will spotlight you for everybody.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for that gracious introduction, Dr. Menier. It's a real pleasure, an honor to be here with all the students and to see the way this competition has grown. You just mentioned the event where we were selected, and I will say when they gave and they talked about our achievements, the high school competition came up, and everyone was so inspired that young minds around the world are thinking about business and engaged in this competition, that actually, without everyone knowing, the high school competition got a large round of applause throughout. So it was very well recognized that night. Before I say a word or two, I want to really recognize a few people.
Sure.
One person I'd like to recognize is the beautiful lady that introduced me, Dr. Menier, the executive director. Dr. Menier, I know all of you students have interacted with her probably at one point or another, but this is her first year as the executive director. And she not only has been on our Blue Ocean journey with Professor Chan Kim and myself, we've worked together for over 30 years, Professor Kim and I. She's been on that journey for a lot of it with us, and she's actually cited in our books. But she really is a Blue Ocean thinker, and she's applied it to this competition. And I've been so impressed by a lot of the initiatives like this countdown and her engagement with faculty and things. And she's taken this competition to another level. So Dr. Menier, I just want to recognize you and tell you how deeply we appreciate it and how much you have inspired us. I also want to recognize the Student Executive Committee. I know you'll say more on that, but that you have pulled together, and I know they've been of help to you, and to see the youth involved not only in competing, but on the other side of helping and bringing ideas that can help to change the world and help change our economies and build hope for society through businesses that can serve our needs, in a breakthrough way, is very inspiring. So I want to recognize the Student Executive Committee. And then lastly, both Professor Chan Kim and I would like to give a small shout out back all the way to the origin, which was to Nicholas Benavides. And I say this to recognize this credit, but also to inspire all the students out there. Nicholas started the competition, I believe, when he was a junior in high school, might have been even, or sophomore, I'm not sure, but I think he was a junior. And, he decided that he really wanted to create a competition, not that's based on pen and paper and you answer a few essays, but where students really develop ideas in high school. They apply them, they think about creating these new market spaces, not just competing, which is what Blue Ocean is about. And then they get to compete. And he started it in one county, Howard County in Maryland, with a lot of effort. And he dared to reach out to us. And I always say, never forget to ask, because you don't know what's on the other side of the ask. And we were so inspired by his energy, he got our agreement, and we decided we wanted to support and help. And in fact, Dr. Menier was involved in some of the initial ones, coming with us to the competitions. Well, that one little Howard County one in Maryland soon grew to a state competition. Then it grew to multiple states in the North, in the New England, or the East Coast in America, then across America. And as Dr. Menier said, here we are 9 years later. Of course, Nicholas has long gone on to get his undergraduate degree, his master's degree. He's now in a successful career. We like to say that him having founded it helped him, but he was always going to be a champion. He was always a winner. He was hardworking, he was determined. And so I look at this 9th year. What was he capable of? What does he achieve with the help of so many people, of course? But also, what are all of you possible to do when you start to think Blue Ocean? And, if I look at this year, Dr. Menier was giving me the statistics, and Professor Kim and I have been following this actively. We went from a small town of Howard County, and this year in the 9th year, over 5,200 students from across the world registered. Those students came from 146 countries and 1,700 high schools. And on top, in America, 46 states. So from one county to this global phenomenon. And all the statistics I believe that we have seen and that have been put together is that it is the largest virtual pitch high school competition in the world for entrepreneurship. And we're very thankful for what all the students have done from the beginning. It was totally student-led. And then it just grew, and students, of course, have many things on their plate. And of course, it started to now we have as a nonprofit, as Dr. Munir mentioned. So that's what's possible. Whether in a competition or in your endeavors, when you start to think differently and you make an initiative and you start to think blue ocean instead of just competing and doing what everyone else is, which is what the theory of blue ocean is all about. And hopefully you gain some exposure to it. I also wanted to quickly mention that this year, Dr. Munir made a really concerted effort to bring teachers involved. And 97 teachers from around the world got involved in this competition, which is so terribly inspiring for us as well. And many of them, or some of them, have started to incorporate this into their entrepreneurial or marketing classes or just basic business classes in high schools and had it part of their grade. So instead of taking a written exam, they as a team get to apply these ideas, so they go away not only with an intellectual understanding, but a practical understanding of how to succeed in business. So I want to give a great shout out to all those teachers. I want to give a great shout out to the 5,209 registered students from across the world who really took the initiative and wanted to try to take their life to the next step and learn new skills and, you know, strive to create something that wasn't there before. And whether you made it to the competition, the finalists or not, the simple fact of stepping up to the plate. You know, we often wonder in life and we say, you know, I don't know if I can achieve my dream, but what I have found and Chan Kim has found is the hardest part for many people is just trying. And you will tumble, you will fall sometimes, as we have, as everyone has, but always step up to the ring because it's made a difference in our life, in all the brilliant people we've had the fortune of interviewing and all the students. So I recognize and acknowledge all of you. I also want to acknowledge all the people where English is a second language. The competition is in English. And I would be dishonest to say that it doesn't benefit if English is your native tongue. But the fact that all of you stepped up, that English, we're hoping that one day we can get this competition in multiple languages. If you're from a country, please reach out to Dr. Munir. We'd love to make this even more international. But I want to thank you for making that extra effort. I know it was, the language is always a challenge. I've lived in Europe, different areas, and when it's your second language, it's not the same. So I acknowledge you and I respect you for that. Now I just want to conclude because I know it's an exciting night. We're all here to hear the top 10 and find out who's the finalist winner, which is exciting. But, you know, I just wanted to say, you know, when Chan Kim and I, my colleague, we've been working together for over 30 years. I share with you, he's also my best friend on the planet. You know, these days, for the last 10 years, he has lived on our campus we're part of professors at the business school called INSEAD. And he's based on our campus in Asia. For many years, we were based collectively on our campus in France. And now we go back where we have an institute in France. We frequently go back and forth, but I'm based in New York. But it didn't matter. Distance has no boundary when you're united in purpose and philosophy. And when we started 30 years ago on this research journey, we were very young. We were also very poor. And we looked at the world and everyone was talking only about how do you compete? What's competition? Competition matters. We're not denying it. But it was all about how can I win? But for me to win, it was a zero-sum game at your loss. So for me to win one, I had to take one away from you. And when we looked at the world, why so many organizations were struggling was there was too much competition. And when companies struggle and there's no profits, there's no growth. And, we can't provide increased salaries for our employees, so they can't enrich their families better. And they can't help to make a difference in their communities. And we said, is competing the only way? That was all that was taught in business schools. And we started to look and we said, how can we go beyond competing to creating? And we started to find that in spite of the competition, there were all these companies not competing head to head, what we call this red ocean of bloody competition where one punches the other in the existing market space where there's lots of sharks trying to eat your lunch or eat your food. There were these companies that were applying the imagination of their ideas and thinking about how can they open up these new market spaces where they could achieve strong, profitable growth to go where the competition wasn't, but the profit and growths were. And so we set out on this journey, and our first book became Blue Ocean Strategy, which you've studied. And then, briefly, Blue Ocean Shift was our next book. It took another 10 years to create that book. And those are all companies and individuals, or the greater majority in the book, who applied these ideas and concepts that we wrote in the first book to actually shift from red to blue and change the trajectory of their growth, profits, and making a difference to the world. And if any of you have these ideas and you want to move forward, or you want to know, what if when I get out of high school, what could this really do for my life? Could it really change and create one of these businesses like we heard about in Blue Ocean? I said, yes, it can. And read that book. You'll hear how a young Iraqi girl created the first national youth orchestra in Iraq that brought together Sunni and Shiites with the help of a conductor from the UK, Paul McAlden. You'll hear many inspiring stories of large companies, small companies, entrepreneurs that made these blue oceans. So if you have that appetite, check that out. And then last thing, Dr. Munir, thank you for mentioning our new book's coming out next week. So excited. And it's about how can we innovate in a way where we achieve growth, profit, employment without displacing anyone. So positive sum. So let me close. We're very excited about that research. We hope we can help translate that into the world of ideas and maybe make some difference. But irrespective, I want to thank all of you. We'd love to learn from you. We hope some way our ideas have helped to teach you. We have no doubt you will teach us and be our teachers as well. So thank you for inspiring us. So let's get this show on the road. Dr. Munir, I hand it back over to you, and I look forward to seeing this top 10. So thank you very much from both Prof. Chan Kim, my colleague, and myself. I'm sorry he couldn't join us here tonight. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Professor Mopon, for your inspiring message always, but also for creating all these concepts and tools that have been helping businesses, but now also helping the young students. And I want to second your thought on, what Nicholas Benavides did. And I always tell my executive student committee as well, he was a high school student, right? And he has created something now that has an impact in like 146 countries. It's just amazing, right? It's not an adult who created it. It's a young student with such powerful impact, and he created it, and the organization is going. And so can everybody else who is, here and thinking about business ideas, thinking about things to change the world, really. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for these concepts and tools and everything. So let's get going to, I'm going to share my screen, and we will go through what everybody has been waiting for. But we want to keep you waiting a little bit more, because before we go into the awards for the students and the countdown, we first want to recognize some of these schools and teachers who have really helped us in a very big way this year and supported their students, encouraged them to come up with these ideas and so on. So we have a couple of awards that are going to participating schools. So let's start with the school that made it, with the most pitches that made it to the top 30. Let's get a drum roll. It's Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, Virginia, USA. We had lots of,
okay.
Sorry? Oh. Okay, so we had lots of pitches from there and such excellent pitches that made it to the top 30 as well. So they will be receiving $1,000 in award from us. Let's move on to the top 5 schools with most submissions. And let's get a drum roll again. The first one is Peak to Peak Charter School from Colorado, USA. Let's move on. Hobart High School from Indiana, USA. Ward Melville High School from New York, USA. Miami Palmetto Senior High School from Florida, USA. And the last one is International School of Panama from Panama. And I have to tell you, it's just so inspiring to see like tens of pitches coming, like more than 30 pitches coming from one school or so. And there were many others that had quite a few pitches, but we were looking at the most number of pitches, and these are the 5 schools that made it. Let's move on to the next award, which is about recognizing our teacher champions. The reason why we had so many of these excellent pitches coming from these schools, I think we really owe it to these wonderful, wonderful teachers who have really embraced the competition and sort of integrated it in their coursework. Many of them have told me that they included the competition as a graded exercise in their classroom. The competition between the students with everybody coming up with ideas, it encouraged their students to just, you know, continue to come up with better ideas. Some of them have told me that they also held like local in-person competition as well, and at times invited the community to come and judge them and so on. So they are coming up with such creative ideas to encourage our young high school students to you know, embrace entrepreneurship, innovation, and come up with these ideas. So 4 special teachers that we want to recognize today. The first one is Henrik Greversen from Denmark, and he's from Herningshold School. Second, we have Daniel Schultz from Hobart City School of Hobart in Colorado. Then we have Christy Letter from Peak to Peak Charter School. And we have Helen Gechenga from Oswald Academy in Nairobi, Kenya. Like Professor Mobon mentioned, we had 97 teachers who had signed up this year and were supporting their students. And we will continue to include more and more awards and more resources to help teachers increase the effectiveness of entrepreneurship training for their students. But these are the 4 teachers that we really want to recognize. It really makes me happy. Let's look at the school that would be getting the 75-inch one-screen touchscreen smartboard for the for one of their classrooms. And our criteria was that among all these teachers who are supporting the competition and integrating it in their coursework, who really did it in the best or the most powerful manner. And this year, let's do the drum roll. This award goes to Holt Public Schools, Holt High School North Campus in Michigan. And the teacher who really made it happen is Jessen Dowling. We will be coordinating with the school to get you the smart screen so that you can really teach and even in a more effective manner. So thank you for all these teachers and all these schools that have really helped us grow in such a big way. Let's move on. So next, what we have are the 2 special awards. We have this one top international pitch award. And like Professor Mawon mentioned, we have started growing internationally, but we know that there is a disadvantage, especially if your native language is not English, right? And so although we try our best to provide the resources like the mini course, like other resources for the teachers, I think in the coming years, we will also maybe try and provide some coaching and mentoring for the students to even improve on their pitches and so on. But we received such excellent input, and we had so many pitches that made it to the top 30. And they were from international schools. Unfortunately, the top 10 were all from the US. And so we thought that this is sort of unfair because of that language disadvantage and so on. And because this competition is new for these international schools and so on. So we decided that we are going to give one special international pitch award, which is from the top 30, but the top international pitch that made it to the top 30. And we would be giving $500 to this team. The team that won this is the Road Turbine. And this is from Herningshold School in Denmark. I do have a little video from the students telling us about what their idea is. Let's have a look let's meet the team.
My name is Emil. And my name is Kasper. And we are from Herningshold Business School, located in Herning in Denmark. The road turbine is an idea to install small turbines on major roads in order to utilize the wasted energy created by the vacuum from driving cars. The turbines rotate and create electricity. That's how we recycle energy. The road turbine creates green renewable energy, which is crucial as the world needs sustainable energy sources.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, I look at these young students who have participated in our competition are between 14 and 18 years old. When I think about my kids, when they were 14 and 18 years old and what they were doing, these students really inspire me. And you will see that again and again in all these pitches. So really proud of these young students taking the initiative and coming up with these ideas. So this team will be getting $500 in award money for being the top international pitch for our competition this year. Our other special award is called the Most Popular Pitch Award. And this is where we wanted to, engage students to see how do they market their idea? How do they make their idea popular and so on? And so what we offered is that the top 100 pitches, they are all on our YouTube channels. And we encourage these students to engage their teachers and friends and family and anybody else and ask them to go and vote for them. So this really is given to the idea that gets the most likes on the YouTube video. And when we started, I thought, okay, maybe somebody would get like 100 or 150 or 200. I mean, how much can these kids do? But it's just so amazing that we have a couple of videos that got like more than 2,000 likes or 2,500 likes. Our winner, I think this morning when I checked, it was like 3,200 or that many likes. And it just amazes me how they can do that. But that award really goes to Techscrete. And this is from Dirty Valley High School, California, USA. So congratulations, team. You guys did a great job on this. Next, we are going to move into our final countdown. I want to invite one of our executive team members. Now you see him, his name is Ishan Vanjara. He is a student in New Jersey. Ishan, why don't you introduce yourself quickly? And he is going to take us through the final countdown. Okay, Ishan.
Then my name is Ishan Vanjara. I'm a student at West Windsor Plainsboro High School North in New Jersey. And now this is all the moment that you've been waiting for, the final countdown. So it's going to go from 10 to 1, from 10th place to first place. All your capacity.
Get started.
So at 10th place, we have Tutor Pal from Scripps Ranch High School in California, USA.
Yay.
Congrats, everyone.
Okay. Let's listen in to their short video profile video and let's meet the team.
Hi, I'm Partsana, a freshman at Scripps Ranch High School.
And I'm Saraf, a junior at Scripps Ranch High School.
We are in San Diego, California, USA. Our idea, TutorPal, is a revolutionary online tutoring platform that bridges the gap between students and educators. TutorPal connects students with experienced tutors and provides them with the tools that they need to excel in their academic pursuits. TutorPal is a solution to common challenges such as high cost, time loss, incompatible tutors, and long commutes.
As students ourselves, we recognize the importance of affordable and accessible online tutoring. Our platform caters to a wide range of learners, from industry-level experts to college students offering tutoring across all subjects. TutorPal's unique features and engaging classes provide a dynamic learning environment and comprehensive experience. TutorPal addresses the astounding growth in demand, and we are dedicated to ensuring that students receive the best possible online education.
Good. Let's move on.
Place. Gateway Medical Avatar from Centennial High School in Texas, USA.
Congratulations. Okay. Let's meet the team.
Hello, my name is Xian Li at the Centennial High School in Frisco, Texas, United States. Universal Gateway Medical Avatar, UGMA, is an app that uses the universal language of visual imagery, personal 3D avatars, and blockchain to reduce misdiagnoses, language barriers, and more in medical evaluation processes. Medical evaluation is the first and most crucial step in quality healthcare. However, it's prone to miscommunication due to language barriers and terms such as tender and pounding that are hard to easily explain. This especially affects the 27 million people in the United States with limited English proficiency, LEP. UGMA also gateways into the virtual reality market, the Metaverse, as UGMA's personal 3D avatar and virtual important features makes it a promising product for such market. UGMA aims to lead the future of a more effective and inclusive healthcare system. Thank you.
Yay. Let's move on.
Enunciation from University High School in California, USA. So congrats to you guys.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Miles Hexon.
I'm Vincent Sun.
I'm Hannah Casimo.
And we are sophomores at University High School in Irvine, California, in the United States.
We'd like to introduce our innovative idea, the Enunciation app, which will revolutionize speech therapy diagnosis and treatment for millions of children nationally.
By bridging the gap between inaccessible speech-language pathologists and impersonal, costly apps already on the market, we utilize the Blue Ocean strategy to create a product that transforms the way treatments will be administered to patients.
With its easily understood user interface, Enunciation offers a practical and realistic solution that requires little training to operate.
The implementation of Enunciation will remove stress from the lives of millions of parents and give all children equal opportunities for a more equitable future. We hope you enjoy our video.
Amazing. You guys can see how diverse these ideas are that the students came up with. And I know that the judges had such a difficult time choosing the best ones. But I mean, yes, it truly is amazing. Let's move on.
At 7th place, we have Episcanner from Frisco High School in Texas, USA. See you guys. Let's look at the profile video.
Hi, my name is Sienna Durkis. I go to Frisco High School in Frisco, Texas in the United States. And my Blue Ocean idea is the Episcanner. The Episcanner is a non-invasive skin cancer detection machine that uses artificial intelligence to scan every spot on the human body in just seconds and flag any abnormal ones. The Episcanner aims to increase the accessibility of skin cancer detection and reduce the inconvenience of getting your skin checked. With more than 9,500 people being diagnosed with skin cancer every single day, it is clear that this problem has a huge impact on our world. With the Episcanner, we will be able to significantly increase the number of people who get their skin checked, raise awareness for skin cancer, and ultimately save lives.
Thank you. Let's move on to number 6.
And a helping hand for Parkinson's patients from Bronx High School of Science in New York, USA. Congrats to you guys. Profile video.
Hello, I'm Alex Orlov of Bronx High School of Science, New York, USA. Our Blue Ocean product is Handy, a helping hand for Parkinson's patients. Over 500,000 Americans are diagnosed with Parkinson's, a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that primarily affects the motor system, causing debilitating symptoms such as tremors. Handy uniquely helps patients to alleviate these tremors by applying physical therapy to the hands through weights, vibration, and electricity. As Parkinson's progresses, symptoms become more detrimental and can severely impact a person's quality of life. Most current methods of treating Parkinson's, such as medicine or surgery, become less effective over time or are too expensive for many patients. The versatility and cost-effectiveness of Handy will allow Parkinson's patients to treat their tremor from the comfort of their homes without making frequent costly visits to the doctor, giving them greater independence and control over the treatment. Thank you for listening, and why not vote for a Handy solution?
Very cool. Let's move. Okay, number 5.
And we have El Sol from Monte Vista High School in California, USA. So congrats to you guys. Our profile video.
Cupertino, California, located in the United States. Our product is El Sol, an electrostatic solar panel cleaner that cleans rows of solar panels in solar farms in an automated, waterless, and non-abrasive manner. Our product removes dust off of solar panels electrostatically. This means it can improve solar panel efficiency by up to 25%. Our product holds businesses accountable in their sustainability practices, as it reduces 300,000 pounds of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere annually.
Let's move to number 4.
Number 4, we have from Woodbridge High School in California, USA. So congrats to you guys. Congrats to the team.
Vora from Woodbridge High School. That's for the team.
Hi, I'm Catherine Hua, a junior at Woodbridge High School in Irvine, California, and our Blue Ocean idea is VORA, which stands for the Visual Object Recognition Aid. VORA creates an innovative solution to help the visually impaired through the VORA app, the VORA camera, and the premium skill market. By using AI object recognition and text recognition algorithms, the VORA app and the VORA camera can inform users of printed text and real objects in their surroundings through audio feedback and provide users warnings of approaching obstacles. Our solution can effectively help the visually impaired manage their daily challenges, which is especially important because according to the WHO's 2015 report, 253 million people across the world suffer from vision impairment. Most of them still rely on outdated traditional aids and have difficulties performing personal care. Our Blue Ocean solution Vora can benefit a large group of customers who can make their choices for an advanced assistive aid based on their income and preference.
Thank you, Ishan, for taking us through this countdown. And now we are really heading into the final countdown, which is the top 3. And so let's go and see what those top 3 are. For the top 3, we are going to play their full pitch video. So 5 minutes of video for so that everybody who is here can really see who made it to the top 3, right? And which idea won. So let's get that going. Okay, so coming in third and the winner of $500 in prize money is BugzFeed from Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, Virginia. Congratulations, guys. Let me play your pitch video.
Our Earth is being destroyed, and we are responsible. Deforestation and pollution have led to the melting of our ice caps and rising sea levels around the globe. A major factor causing both deforestation and pollution are cows and the cultivation of crops necessary to feed them. The growth of soybeans, the main protein supplement used in the current market for fulfilling cow dietary needs, is the second largest driver of deforestation in the United States. Over 1.6 million acres of U.S. farmland is dedicated to growing 5 billion pounds of soy. Furthermore, cultivating a single pound of soybeans requires nearly double the amount of water as other crops such as corn and wheat. Finally, the growth of soybeans rapidly degrades the soil and depletes its nutrients, leading to a never-ending cycle of unsustainable farming practices. Which is why we created
BugzFeed is the world's first insect-based cattle feed protein supplement.
The first and most important element in our supplement is the crude protein provided, which is near wholly derived from black soldier fly larvae, or BSFL. BSFL, as it turns out, provides much more than just crude protein when processed. In fact, it is also the primary component behind the crude fat and fiber present in the supplement, which are essential for stimulating digestion and absorption of nutrients. Our supplements also contain all the raw nutrients necessary for function of muscle, metabolism, and nervous system, as well as osmotic pressure regulation. These primarily include calcium, magnesium, and potassium derived from various grasses. Finally, our supplements include vitamins A, D, and E derived from vitamin additives, digestive enzymes for increased digestive health, and seaweed extract for lowering methane emissions and increasing all-around benefits.
Unlike other animals, cows have extremely unique stomachs, containing multiple compartments that each have their own functions. BugzFeed is specifically tailored to maximize nutritional absorption in the cow stomach, processed by each compartment in a specific order. First, it passes through the rumen, where non-protein nitrogen and around 60% of the crude protein is digested. Then, it passes through the reticulum, the omasum, and the abomasum, where most of the remaining protein is digested. Finally, it passes through the small intestine, which processes most of the minerals, vitamins, fats, fibers, and enzymes packed in our product.
BugzFeed is superior to any competition in 3 unique aspects. The first is environmental sustainability, where our self-sustaining BSFL farming systems and zero-emission manufacturing processes curb the excessive use and degradation of farmlands, emissions, and deforestation caused by our competitors. Second, our utilization of BSFL's organic waste recycling properties reduces emissions, lowers our prices, and allows us to contribute to the fight against global food waste. Finally, our mixes provide the top-grade nutritional value that's completely unmatched by our competitors, making them the best value product you can find.
BugzFeed creates a blue ocean market by making environmental sustainability a priority in our product design and manufacturing. We differentiate ourselves from our red ocean competitors by targeting novel environmental factors such as methane reduction and waste recycling.
BugzFeed will eliminate the soybean and crop-based supplements currently used by cattle farmers, thereby reducing the deforestation and environmental damage they cause. Additionally, BugzFeed provides nutritional content superior to the industry standard, while also creating opportunities to recycle organic waste. Those closest to adopting our product in the early stages of development are farmers who are currently using non-soy-based protein supplements. We are also working on expanding our reach to farmers who have tried but dislike current protein supplement alternatives on the market.
Our funding will be derived from three main sources: private grants, angel investors, and local fundraising. Both the National Science and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations have recently contributed over $2 million each towards startups looking to establish environmentally sustainable insect protein sources for food and feed products. Moreover, we're interested in partnering with Robert Downey Jr.'s initiative, Footprint Coalition, which has a history of funding the insect feed industry and those revitalizing BSFL for animal feedstocks. Finally, we'll be pursuing an online crowdfunding campaign to generate interest in local farms applying sustainability goals.
So what are you waiting for? The sustainable future is in our hands, and we as BugzFeed will be the ones to do that.
Isn't this amazing? I wish I could see all the participants and how they feel about it. I think maybe next year we will do a webinar where we get to see the audience as well. But I am truly inspired. Let's move on to see who got the second place. Oh, so BugzFeed is getting a $500 check from us. Second place is Solventus from Adlai, Stevenson High School, Illinois, USA. Let's have a look at their pitch. Congratulations, team.
In 2021, energy-producing coal plants in the U.S. produced a staggering 1.6 billion tons of CO2. These emissions would go on to contribute to our ongoing global warming crisis by acting as greenhouse gases and trapping heat within our environment. This has led to a myriad of issues, including melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and increasingly frequent natural disasters that harm humans, ecosystems, and biodiversity. Offered emission-free alternatives include wind and solar energy. However, these renewables are flawed. Every year, wind turbines kill more than 1.3 million bats and birds who unsuspectingly fly into their blades. Furthermore, most solar panels contain toxic contaminants such as lead, cadmium, and arsenic, which are eventually leached into the environment through landfills. Other challenges associated with wind and solar energy include high upfront costs and maintenance, transportation difficulties, variability in energy production, large size, and limited placement options. If only we could successfully create an affordable, compact, truly green, and environmentally safe form of renewable energy. A green generator that could pay for itself within 2.4 years. Oh wait, we can create that. Introducing Solventus, a game-changing renewable energy source that seamlessly integrates solar and wind energy through utilization of tested existing technology. Solventus harnesses the power of the wind through a mathematically optimized shape, which uses the rotation of air or vorticity to create vortexes that shake the cylinder. This motion is amplified by internal repelling magnets and then converted into electrical power through a generator. The effectiveness of this design is evident from my small-scale model, which is able to power at about 12-watt light. Furthermore, Solventus incorporates photovoltaic cells that use newly developed hybrid materials to replace lead. Through placement of these cells on both its top and sides, Solventus is able to efficiently gather both direct and diffused light. Consequently, Solventus is able to eliminate its native ecological impact while reducing price, necessary maintenance, area, and material. the same time, through its revolutionary fusion of wind and solar energy, which utilizes diffused light, Solventus raises the ease of transport, placement, lifespan, and energy production. Overall, Solventus increases simplicity and convenience to allow for individual house-by-house use, while simultaneously outperforming the red ocean market's traditionally emphasized upon KPI of energy production. This is evident through our market landscape graph that reveals the overwhelming disparity between our products and other competitors in nearly every single category. This allows Solventus to breach previously untapped competitor-free markets. Current renewable energy options only cater to rich, accessible individuals such as Californians who receive enough sunlight for solar, who are actively searching for green energy sources. On the other hand, Solventus is able to target a much wider market as its dual solar and wind energy sources allow for almost universal placement. Furthermore, due to its sturdy build and relatively low weight of around 30 kg, Solventus is able to be transported by plane. This allows us to target an international market where traditional renewable energy sources are only limited to areas where they're manufactured. Finally, unlike other renewable energy companies, which must aim to convert traditional non-green energy customers to green energy with low cost and easy transport, Solventus plans to target underdeveloped regions who have no access to begin with. Based on initial assumptions, even when sold at a conservative 20K, the profit generated per 100 Solventus units is approximately 169,000 USD. With this in mind, we project a near 2.3 billion USD in revenue in the next year. All in all, parallel exceptional energy production and alleviate the global crises such as climate change and energy, Solventus has the potential to establish a new and thriving blue ocean energy empire with nearly unlimited. For a greener tomorrow today, we need Solventus.
Very cool. Okay, so now we are going to announce the top winner. But before we do that, I just want to share a little bit about how our process goes and how do students come up with these ideas. So our process basically starts with the students registering for the competition. And with that, what starts is basically education for them to train them on entrepreneurship and innovation ideas, to provide them the tools or so. So they are registered for the Blue Ocean mini course offered to us free of cost by our sponsors. And so the students complete that course, through which they get to learn how to come up with ideas, how to identify the problems worth solving, and then what sort of tools they should use as they structure those ideas and refine those ideas. So the first step for them is to complete that course. Then they build these pitches. We also provide them a very detailed rubric as to what they would be judged on. So how innovative is the idea? Is the idea technologically feasible or not? Is it viable or not? How important the idea is? What's their quality of presentation and so on. So we give them a detailed rubric, telling them exactly what they should be focusing on as they build these ideas. And then we, of course, also give them guidelines on what is to go in the presentation. So you saw that in this presentation, it was going a little bit fast. It is because if the student had gone above 5 minutes, he would have been disqualified. So because he had important stuff to say, he probably increased the speed a little bit. But the reason why I'm sharing that is that it's a very structured process through which students learn to innovate, but not really go risky random ideas and so on, really think through them and put together these pitches that make sense. Okay, so with that, let's see who is the top winner for this year. And so let's get a drum roll for it. Let's see number 1. First place winner, who is going to get $1,000 in prize money, is Recon from Charter School of Wilmington, Delaware. Let's see their pitch.
Concrete is the most destructive material on Earth. Over the past 20 years, concrete carbon emissions have doubled to 4.2 billion tons annually due to concrete manufacture for buildings, roads, and other infrastructure. This accelerated concrete production emitted nearly 2.9 billion tons of CO2 just last year. The escalation in concrete production has also led to the mass production of construction and demolition waste, or C&D waste, which accounts for 30% of waste produced globally. Majority of this waste goes directly into landfills, and these landfills take up huge amounts of potential land resources, presenting the critical need for sustainable concrete. Hi, my name is Isheta, and I'm Recon's Head of Design and Development. Concrete makes up 85% of all US C&D waste, but much of this concrete has great potential for recycling. Let's start with the basics. Concrete is made up of cement, sand, gravel or aggregate, water, and air. Recon hones in on the aggregate component to optimize end-of-life construction waste under extensive quality management. The C&D recycled aggregate is placed in a sealed carbonation chamber, which is existing technology not currently employed for this purpose. The aggregate is then exposed to CO2 at 150 kPa pressure for 90 minutes. All concrete has slight imperfections or pores, giving way for cracks and erosion over time. Our reaction, on the other hand, combats this by precipitating calcium carbonate into the pore spaces, thus filling them and making the structure denser, less porous, more water resistant, and stronger. Because we use carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in our concrete, this novel process is actually carbon negative. Our approach decreases CO2 emissions, reduces environmental impacts of rotting C&D waste, lowers cost of production by 25% from $108 to $81, and creates a circular economy to sustain generations to come.
In the market, Recon's competition accounts for material alternatives and companies. Materials such as bamboo, clay, rammed earth, timbercrete, ashcrete, and grasscrete all lower carbon emissions, but they lack durability and the use of repurposed material. Hi, my name is Sahaana, and I'm Recon's head of marketing and customer segmentation. Now, from a company standpoint, our only competitor, CarbonCure, utilizes the technique of carbon injection, but they do not optimize landfill space nor use repurposed materials. Thus, Recon is the way to go. Recon's market amounts to $6.3 billion, our service available market, the green contractor industry. In Tier 1, we target green construction consulting firms and green contractor workers. We want to ensure that like-minded individuals get their hands on our product as quickly as possible. This encompasses our service attainable market of $189.3 million. Next, in Tier 2, we target contractors and companies that deprioritize the environment in their industry. Lastly, in Tier 3, we target the general public coupled with the general contractor industry. We utilize wholesale retail, such as Lowe's and Home Depot, to accomplish this.
Recon provides a multifaceted approach to eliminate the impacts of climate change effectively. Hi, my name is Iveena, and I'm the head of finance and sustainability implementation here at Recon. The overuse of non-sustainable building materials and the belief that carbon cannot be repurposed must be eliminated. Landfill waste, GHG emissions, public health obstacles, and contamination of natural resources are all problems stemming from carbon emissions. Recon eliminates these issues through repurposed and recycled aggregates. We eliminate the probability of concrete cracking further through our use of carbon aggregate to seal the interstitial spaces created by heterogeneous media. And in terms of carbon reduction, although there are carbon offsets in industry, we have done this through our aggregate, and we are thus reducing the landfill waste from excess building materials. We hope to raise the amount of end-of-life materials used to manufacture concrete, and thus a positive impact is sure to come. In addition to our unique carbonation treatment to seal interstitial spaces, the opportunity to use end-of-life materials to create the concrete rebarring process is a creative aspect, which requires ingenuity and a fresh outlook on how to repurpose materials. Through our past pitch endeavors, we have been awarded funds to start our own ventures, and we are excited to pursue Recon Inc. Along with this, we've conducted extensive research, doing over 60 simulations on tensile strength and the relationship between building materials and strength. We've also heavily aligned our product with the UN sustainability goals to open up the world to 10+ seed opportunity grants, along with 50+ opportunities to get patents.
All in all, Recon Inc.'s innovative structure allows for carbon optimization through carbon negative techniques. Not only will this revolutionize the eco-crete industry, but pave a way for a greener future.
Yay, excellent. Okay, so now we have announced all of our winners for today. And I see that we are already on top of the hour. So congratulations to all the teams that made it here. Their creativity truly inspires me, and I know all the judges, whoever has gone through these pitches, they have found it really difficult to judge them. But congratulations to all the teams here. Let's now, of course, I want to thank all these judges. We have judges from many different countries. They are not all from the US. And every pitch has been judged by a number of judges. And we had promised the students that we would be providing them the feedback. So we will be consolidating all that feedback in the coming days or so. And in the next 2 weeks, the students can expect to receive the feedback that the judges gave on their pitches. The whole of this judging process, it's a very extensive and intensive process. And of course, I couldn't do it. I really have to thank Mr. Nestor Benavides, who is the president of our board, who really led this judging round. I know it's very intensive work, so thank you, Nestor, for doing that. And I really appreciate all your help. I would also like to thank all of our board members here who have given us wonderful insight, guidance, support in the direction the competition has to move forward with. And so thank you, Professor Mobon, and thank you to all the board members here, especially Eileen, who's a teacher at Ward Melville High School, and then has provided us guidance on how to improve the resources for the teachers and so on. I also want to take this time to thank our sponsors. This competition would not have been possible without our two of the biggest sponsors, INSEAD, the Business School of the World, based in France, Singapore. I think there are other campuses as well where Professor Renee Mobon and Chan Kim are based. They are our biggest sponsors, so thank you for that. General Atlantic has allowed us to make this happen. Thanks a lot for that. We also have other sponsors, Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, Morgan Stanley, Wawa, OneScreen that has contributed this touch screen for the school, and of course the Blue Ocean Global Network and the Blue Ocean Shift Strategy Leadership Group. So many thanks to our sponsors. Last but not the least, I want to you to meet our student executive committee. You met Ishan earlier. There may be some other students in the participants there today. But as you can see, we have the student executive committee, which is not all USA based. We have students from El Salvador, South Korea, Romania, India, Canada, China, Norway, and many other places. Oh, we also had somebody from Egypt as well. And these are the students who have really helped us increase the reach of the competition in all of these countries. We have big plans for the coming years. Any of the participants here who would like to join the executive team and help us grow the competition and increase the impact, help us achieve our mission, you are more than welcome to reach out to me, to Ishan, and we would love to have you as part of your team. Ishan, would you like to say hi to everybody on behalf of the team and just tell them a little bit about what the team does?
On behalf of the executive team, I want to thank you all for participating in this competition, making it a wonderful opportunity for participants across the globe, as well as like a wonderful experience for all of us on the executive team. This year was really unique in the sense that we took a more hands-on approach with helping, specifically helping high schools incorporate the Blue Ocean curriculum to their clubs, and also having training programs for all the participants across the globe. We had webinars, we had our live events that in which we had guest speakers and we taught the Blue Ocean concepts, and we also had webinars in specific schools and academies in India, for example, and other countries around the world. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience for us. It was, we the most important part is we cherished working with various groups around the world. It's wonderful to see how much the competition has grown from when it was founded, and now how global it is and how advanced the ideas are. So thank you all for making this a wonderful 4 years for me.
Thank you, Ishan. And Ishan is a senior going on to college, and a couple of other student executive members are also going to college, and that's why we would need younger students, the juniors and the sophomores and freshmen, to step up and join the committee to take it forward the next year. That brings us actually to the end of our presentation today. I'm sorry that we got a little bit over time, but this, I believe, was worth it. So let's see if there are any questions that we can answer. Let's see.
So one that was asked is, was most liked already announced? So the answer is yes. Everything was already announced. You can find this on our website and our YouTube channel.
Yes, and this was the pitch called TechScrete. I believe it was from, I don't know which school, but the pitch was TechScrete. Yes, we announced it earlier. Well, okay, so if there are no other questions, we can call it a day. Again, thank you everybody for making it here. Thank you for making our competition wonderful. I am not sure if Professor Mobon is here, but thank you, Professor Mobon, for joining us here. And thank you, Ishan, for taking us through it. Bye, everybody.